Hello everyone, Saurav here from EnglishWise. I'm here with a very interesting topic today, that is repeat sentence. Repeat sentence in a way is one of the most important part of your PTE exam. Before I get into that, let me just start up with what repeat sentence is actually. Repeat sentence is basically the very second part of your exam. So what happens is, you will hear to an audio, they will say a sentence and you have to repeat that sentence, or you're meant to repeat that sentence exactly as it is. So it's very simple. You'll hear an audio, today's class has been cancelled. You have to hear that and repeat it exactly like it is. Sounds simple, right? But it's not. The reason why it's not, first of all, you have this exam is a real-time exam. So what happens is, let's say you are answering a question, it's just back and forth, and when you are in that zone, it's very difficult to listen and repeat it back. And then in your exam, you have 10 to 12 of these sentences lined up. And the most complicated part is, each and every sentence of this section is very important. So you can't even miss a single sentence, or you can't even miss a lot of things in a single sentence. So let's discuss the marking criteria of repeat sentences. But before we discuss that, let me explain you why understanding the marking criteria is so important. See, PTE is an exam which is scored by computer. If you know the marking criteria of each and every section, it's much easier for you to play around, have a strategy, have something in place, or else the strategy that I'll explain you will make much more sense to you if you understand the marking criteria. It's very important for you to understand that, so make sure you listen to it very carefully. So when it comes to the marking criteria of your repeat sentences, you get 5 points for your fluency, 5 points for your pronunciation, and 3 for your content. That's just an overview. Let me explain you each of that in detail. See, 5 for fluency. What do I mean by fluency? It's done in other video, and we'll be sharing the link here. So you can click on the link and go first understand the fluency part and then refer back to this video. Second part is your pronunciation. Now pronunciation, people have a lot of misconception around this, that pronunciation means you have to speak each and every word like a native speaker. No, that's not the case. Okay, what we have to do is stick to our own native language. When we are selecting the PT exam, we are selecting which language we speak at home. There are options of 176 languages available. You can select your own mother tongue and your pronunciation will be checked according to that. You just have to make sure that you're clear with your speech. You just have to make sure you're speaking like a normal person can understand, and that's it. Okay, more on pronunciation is also explained in another video. You can click on the link here and you can get a hold to that as well. Now coming to the content part, which is the most important part over here. You have 3 points for the content, but understand this, 3 points and 12 repeat sentences. So you have total 12 into 3, 36 points for your content. And these 36 points, entire 36 points, get transferred to your listening. So that's what makes this section very special and very important. So you're getting 30 to 36 points because 10 to 12 repeat sentences, 3 points per repeat sentence, 30 to 36 points in your content entirely to your listening, and you are getting around 30 points from this section into your speaking as well. So this makes this section 66 points worth, which is a lot. Okay, which is almost 1/6 of your exam. One single section can get you 66 points, guys. Okay, now coming to the content part, as we were discussing that, 3 points per content. The rule is very simple. You get 3 on 3 in your content if you repeat more than 70% of the sentence correct. Okay, so you don't have to be 100% correct, but at least more than 70% correct. Or to dumb it down, or to put it into layman term, if you have a sentence which is 12 words long, all you have to do is make sure that you are at least repeating 8 of the words, and any 8 words is fine. You will get 2 in your content if you repeat something between 50 to 70%, or you will get 1 in your content if you repeat 25 to 50% correct, which makes it around 4 to 6 words in our given example. You might not get any point, or you will get 0 only if you not even repeat 25% of the content. That means fail to repeat even 3-4 words from the sentence, which rarely happens. Because if you're listening to it and if you're a little bit of listener to English, at least 4-5 words you can remove. Come on guys, if nothing else works, at least you can repeat words like off, by, which. There are a lot of things that you will be able to repeat from the sentence itself. From here originates our basic tricks. Okay, so here are the tricks for this section. Number 1 trick, and this is only for the people who are aiming for 50 or worst case 65. For this section, what you guys can do is, as I said, that if you repeat, let's say 25 to 50% of the content, you will get some points. That is 1 point, 2 point. So for you, what you have to do is, when you listen to the sentence, don't try repeating everything. Whatever you can, repeat that. But the main point over here is, don't have any fluency error. Okay, I'll explain this with an example. Let's say the topic is Dr. Smith will be late for today's lecture. Okay, you can do this: Dr. Smith late lecture, Dr. Smith will be. Okay, Dr. Smith late today's lecture, or you can even replace the words that Dr. Smith will be late for yesterday's lecture. Anything, you have 3 to 4 words correct, fine. The only problem over here is, let's say you repeat everything, but you repeat like this: Dr. Smith will be late for today's lecture. You might get your listening score when you do something like this, but trust me, you won't even get 50 in your speaking if you do something like this. Reason being, I had lots and lots of pauses. And what does fluency thing say? That you cannot have any unnecessary pause. Now, remember the topic. It's repeat sentence. It's just one sentence. When you're speaking one sentence, you're not meant to have any pauses in between. So make sure, if you're repeating 4 words, 6 words, or anything, you stick to that much content, but don't have any pauses at all. Now coming to students who are aiming for 79 plus. If you are aiming for 79 plus, guys, you have to get more than 70% of the content in this. You can skip some words here and there, but it is a compulsory requirement, I would say, to get 70%, more than 70% correct in almost all of the sentences. Otherwise, you will mess up in your listening score. Listening anyways is a complicated thing in PT. You're getting your score from a lot of areas. So make sure you're getting more than 70% in this, so that you're well settled in your listening score. Now I'll give you some practice techniques on how to make it happen. Okay, if your goal is clear that what you need to do, let's discuss about how to make it happen. See, from where you see, there are 2 things that branch out in your repeat sentences. One is you need to maintain your fluency. Another is you need to maintain your content. Basically, you need to have more than 70% or 50% of the content. The worst thing that you can do is, and which a lot of students out there do, is target both together. I see students on daily basis, they come to us and they are like, oh, I'm not able to speak 70% correct and I have pauses as well, and they keep on practicing. Guys, this is not how it happens. The best approach to deal with this problem is focus on one thing at a time. Okay, one thing at a time. So what general practice would be, if you are motivated enough to start practicing right now, all I want you to do is practice some repeat sentences. Just make sure about one thing and one thing only, no pauses. Doesn't matter if you're speaking 1 word, 2 word, 3 word, 4 word, 5 words, 7 words, 8 word, doesn't matter. All you need to do is start practicing so that you have no pauses at all. Practice that for a couple of days, 30-40 sentences every day. Then track yourself. Okay, how many words you are saying correct without any pauses at an average. If that is 4 to 6 words, and if you're sure that in your subconscious you won't have any pauses in that section, then start working on your words. That okay, my average is 4 words. Now I will increase it to 6 words, 8 words. So this is how you need to place yourself out. It's a process that will take somewhat of time. But if you just keep on doing practice, that I'll practice 40-50 every day without a right direction, that's also, not a correct way, and it won't happen that way. I hope you learned a lot of things. We touched many things about repeat sentences. We discussed about the scoring. We discussed about why you need to know the scoring. We discussed how we can approach it, what's the hack, and we even gave you a hint on your daily practices. Still, if you have any more comments or anything, any more things, please write us on the comment, and I'll be more than happy to share my opinion, my views, and even give you a practice plan on how you can approach this. That's it from my end for repeat sentences. If you need help with any other thing, we have more strategies and everything. Please make sure you go through all the videos. Just by going through these videos, you will know a lot of things about PT, and trust me, this will be guiding you through the process. And if you have any special request or anything for the video, you can put that down in comment as well, and make sure you subscribe, because we will be coming up with new videos every time. Thanks for that. Okay.